the unstoppable force, a complete history and impact of Godzilla. You know that feeling when something just captures your imagination and doesn't let go? That's Godzilla for so many of us. From towering over cities to battling other massive creatures, Godzilla has been roaring his way into our hearts for decades. But have you ever wondered how this colossal creature came to be such a significant part of pop culture? Well, today we're going to explore Godzilla's origins, how he's evolved over the years, and why he remains such an enduring legend. Trust me, whether you're a hardcore fan or just curious, there's something here for everyone. The birth of a monster, origins of Godzilla, post-war Japan and the nuclear shadow. All right, let's set the scene. It's post-World War II Japan. The country is rebuilding after the devastating atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The impact of these events was profound, not just physically, but psychologically. The fear of nuclear destruction wasn't just a concept. It was a lived reality for the Japanese people. Imagine living in a world where the shadow of nuclear annihilation loomed over everyday life. This fear and uncertainty needed an outlet, and that's where storytelling comes in. The creators wanted a way to express these complex emotions, and what better way than through a giant, rampaging monster? The 1954 original film. Enter Godzilla in 1954, directed by the legendary Ishiro Honda. This wasn't just another monster movie. It was a profound statement. Godzilla wasn't merely a creature smashing buildings. He was the embodiment of nuclear horror, a force of nature awakened and mutated by human folly. The film delved into themes of destruction and the consequences of atomic warfare. It was dark, gripping, and resonated deeply with audiences. Godzilla was a metaphor, a cautionary tale about messing with forces beyond our control. Evolution through the ages, Godzilla's cinematic journey, the Showa era, 1954 to 1975. Now let's talk about how Godzilla transformed over the years. In the Showa era, which spanned from 1952 to 1975, we saw a shift from the ominous tone of the original to something a bit lighter. Godzilla started off as this terrifying beast, but gradually became more of a heroic figure. He even teamed up with other monsters to save the Earth from threats. Remember King Ghidorah, the three-headed dragon? Or Mothra, the giant moth deity? These guys became iconic adversaries and allies, adding a whole new layer to the stories. It's wild to think that Godzilla went from symbolizing nuclear devastation to becoming a kind of protector, right? The Heisei era, 1984 to 1995. Fast forward to the 80s and 90s, the Heisei era. Godzilla got a bit of a reboot here, returning to his darker roots. The filmmakers used advanced technology to ramp up the special effects, making the monster battles more intense and visually stunning. This era focused on continuity, meaning the films followed a more connected storyline. We got deeper character development and plots that delved into environmental issues and genetic engineering. The Millennium Era, 1999 to 2004. Then came the Millennium Era, where each film was almost like hitting the reset button. The creators took the liberty to reimagine classic storylines without being tied down by previous plots. Movies like Godzilla 2000 brought fresh takes and new perspectives. These standalone films allowed for creativity and experimentation. It was like getting a new spin on your favorite tale every time, a treat for longtime fans and newcomers alike. The Reiwa era and modern interpretations. Most recently, we've entered the Reiwa era, bringing us films like Shin Godzilla in 2016. This movie was a critical hit, tackling contemporary themes like government bureaucracy and disaster response, a nod to real-life events like the Fukushima nuclear disaster. Collaborations led to the creation of the Monsterverse by Legendary Pictures. Movies like Godzilla 2014, Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019, and Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 combined Western filmmaking with a beloved Eastern icon. Godzilla's impact on global culture, symbolism, and themes. So, why has Godzilla remained so impactful? A big part of it is the symbolism woven into the stories. Initially, Godzilla was an allegory for nuclear destruction, a tangible representation of the fears haunting society. As time went on, environmental themes emerged. Films started to explore how humanity's mistreatment of the planet could awaken sleeping giants. Godzilla became a mirror, reflecting our own issues back at us and forcing us to confront them. Influence on filmmaking and special effects. From a filmmaking perspective, Godzilla was groundbreaking. The use of suitmation, actors in suits portraying monsters, was innovative for its time. These practical effects paved the way for countless other monster movies. Directors and special effects artists around the world have cited Godzilla as an inspiration. The evolution from suitmation to modern CGI showcases the advances in technology while keeping the spirit of the originals alive. Global fan base and cultural icon. And let's talk about the fans. Godzilla isn't just popular in Japan, he's a global phenomenon. Fan conventions, merchandise, and online communities have kept the fandom thriving. He's more than just a movie character, he's a cultural icon. Whether it's through films, toys, or even music, Godzilla has made his mark across various mediums, appealing to people of all ages. Beyond the screen, Godzilla in other media. Television and animated series. Godzilla didn't stay confined to the big screen. There have been several TV adaptations, including animated series that brought the King of Monsters into our living rooms. Remember the 1998 animated series Godzilla the Series? It continued the story from the American film and added its own twists. These shows often explored different facets of Godzilla, sometimes making him more of a hero and less of a threat. Video games and interactive media. Gamers, this one's for you. Godzilla has stomped his way into numerous video games over the years. From classic arcade games to modern console titles, players have been able to either battle against Godzilla or unleash destruction as the beast himself. Games like Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee and Godzilla Unleashed allowed fans to experience the thrill of monster combat firsthand. Comics and literature. The Godzilla universe has also been expanded through comics and novels. Collaborations with publishers like Marvel and IDW have resulted in some epic stories. These printed adventures often explore new storylines, introduce original characters, and delve deeper into the mythology of Godzilla and his fellow monsters. Merchandise and pop culture presence. From action figures to t-shirts, Godzilla's image is everywhere. Collectibles range from affordable toys for kids to high-end statues for serious collectors. There are even Godzilla-themed attractions and exhibitions around the world. His presence in advertising and endorsements further cements his role as a pop culture staple. The future of Godzilla, upcoming projects and speculation. So, what's next for the big guy? Well, there are always rumors and announcements swirling around. New films and series are often in development, both in Japan and internationally. There's talk of more entries in the MonsterVerse, potential crossovers, and exciting collaborations. Fans are eagerly awaiting any news. Godzilla's legacy moving forward. Godzilla's not just a character, he's a legacy. As we move forward, his stories continue to evolve, reflecting modern concerns while honoring the original themes. Whether it's addressing environmental issues, technological advancements, or societal fears, Godzilla remains relevant. He's a reminder of where we've been and a symbol of the challenges we face. Conclusion. Wow, what a journey! From his birth in the shadow of nuclear fear to becoming a global icon, Godzilla has truly earned his title as the King of the Monsters. He's not just about destruction, he's a reflection of humanity's deepest fears and hopes. His tales have covered everything from the dangers of nuclear war to the importance of environmental stewardship. And the best part? He's still going strong. Godzilla continues to capture our imaginations, reminding us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, we can find strength and resilience.